Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Digital Dialogue. If you're wondering why we've got the black strips on the sides of our screen while we're having this conversation, then you're watching this on the wrong device, or you're watching this horizontally on your phone. The point is, take your phone, open this episode, put your phone vertically, expand to the full screen, and this way you're going to be as present in this conversation with us as you possibly can, which we would love for you to participate in. So leave us a comment below if you agree, disagree, or just want to build on something that we said here. My name is Susanna, if you don't know who I am, and this is my friend Jean-Michel. Hi, Jean-Michel.
Hey, Susie.
And today's conversation.
Hey, Susie.
Oh, that was so delayed.
What happened?
That was like 10 seconds late. Hey, we're living through the pandemic, okay? It's not perfect, but we're making it work to have this conversation with all of you. So anyway, today's conversation is about having an opportunity. Jean-Michel, what do we mean by that?
Having an opportunity. Wow, there's lots of opportunity. There's an opportunity for a more stable internet connection. There is opportunities for better recipes for me to make good, delicious food at home. But I'm trying. To my defense, some of them are actually quite nice. No. Okay, real talk. Opportunity here.
I've seen them over FaceTime. They're great.
Okay, what was funny? So today during a work call, I made a nice sandwich for myself. What do you call a sandwich that has only one piece of bread on it? There's a word for that.
Bruschetta, or I don't know.
It's not quite bruschetta, but there's a way to describe. If you know what that is, can you please tell me down below? Anyway, I made that sandwich. What's that?
He's got avocado and it's called Avo and Toast. Hashtag.
No, it was more complex than that. There is definitely a word for a sandwich with only one piece of bread. Anyway, so I created my nice sandwich. For those that are curious, it had grain mustard, it had spinach and tomatoes and mortadella and a little bit of olive oil. And anyway, I showed my colleagues. They're like, that looks like from a posh deli. Does it taste like it's from a posh deli? I don't know why, but that made me laugh. And yes, it was incredibly delicious. Anyway, that's not the opportunity. Chef Jean-Michel will talk another day. The opportunity is an opportunity of time. What do I mean by time? Well, the thing is, we are living through a hell of a moment in history. But I'm not talking about a virus. I'm talking about the fact that we have so few distractions in our life. We don't have social obligations. We don't have, for the most part, speaking generally, unless you have children or you live with your partner and that relationship is very integrated. They've come for me. No, just kidding. You're free of social obligations if your family lives abroad or elsewhere, or you can't, actually, now not being funny, being serious, if you can't interact with your family because you put them at risk of contracting COVID, you can't be with your friends. Most of the social activities, such as whether it was going to restaurants or cinema, or for us, as we talked about in previous episodes, social dancing, you are kind of within this golden cage of your four walls. And the opportunity, again, is time. You are never going to be in a situation where all of the typical distractions that prevent you from doing what you want to do are no longer there. I think that's incredible.
Same. Kind of feels like the old times when my mom would take everything away from me to do my homework when I was very, very little. And it's like, you just have to do it. You don't have anything else to do. Obviously, that's a very hyperbolized / metaphoralized, that's not even a word, situation.
That's a good point. It's a saying that you actually can spur excellent creativity through constraint. You are not at your most creative self. Actually, you can speak to this because you are a creative person, but I would argue you cannot be your most creative self if you have full freedom of choice and flexibility. Creativity thrives in constraint.
Sorry, Jean-Michel. there's this one ad on YouTube, if you know the masterclass platform of online courses, not sponsored, not talking about that, but there's this one that really stood out to me, this one ad by this writer. Unfortunately, I can't remember her name, and she said that the writer's greatest obstacle is not a lack of imagination, it's others distracting him from writing, or her.
Oh, say that again. Say that again, Susie. I love it.
That lovely lady said that the writer's greatest distraction is not his lack of imagination. It's not distraction, sorry. How did I say this? Let me try this again. The writer's greatest obstacle is not his lack of imagination, but rather other people distracting him.
I love it.
Or it was something like the distractions of the outside world. I might get it wrong. Just type in masterclass writing platform on YouTube.
The message is there, and it's absolutely true.
But I agree, because you can't fully focus on your work while there are other distractions. Some people are better at dealing with them than others, but let's be serious, the majority of us aren't really that great. Otherwise, we'd all be friggin'...
Multitasking is a myth.
Huh?
If anyone has ever been on a video call with me, or has been on a phone call with me, or has interacted with me in person, where it's probably most comical, I cannot multitask, and I make no excuse, nor do I even try to give the illusion of multitasking. If you remind me of something and I'm like, I'm gonna send that to you, I'm gonna be like, I need you to go on pause, because I'm not gonna hear a thing you're gonna say while I try to move this simple link.
Completely true. Yeah. Sorry, Jean-Michel, not sorry.
No, it's cool. It's good.
But actually, you know what? That allows you to be more in the moment, more in the process of whatever it is you're doing, and to give a better result. That's just it.
You know, that's what I was trying to tell some of the people I've dated in long-distance relationships. I'm an in-the-present person. I'm just playing, y'all. Jesus. So going back to opportunity and going back to that quote, it's true, those distractions can prevent us from being our creative selves or our best selves, or even realizing the people that we want to be. So, I don't know, Susie, I'm curious to know how you're doing this. I know in my own life, and here we go again, my favorite word, structure. I am leveraging structure because I don't have to be anywhere at any time. I mean, I have to work, but I don't have to commute. I don't have to make commitments to have dinner. I don't have to commitments to socialize. I miss all these things, don't get me wrong. I don't have social commitments, social events, concerts, or what have you. I'm throwing things even I don't do, but I know that are important to others. And I just have my books and my goals and 24 hours that are fully mine to plan. I don't think in any other time in our lives, past or future, will we be in a situation where we can fully, with no excuse and no distraction, design our day. That's a beautiful fruit I want to take a bite out of.
Absolutely. Just to build on what you said, I'm actually the other end of the spectrum. I get easily distracted. It's important for me to get stuff. I get easily distracted. So there's, I was one of those students in school. If I come back to my room and sit at the desk, start doing my homework, I'd be like, no, I just have to clean this up, or like, do this and then do that, and then, oh, hi, Mom, how are you doing? No, I got better, but I'm still not quite there. And this quarantine has actually really been helpful in terms of making me feel like I'm productive, not only in the way in which I've been completing tasks because I have more time to do them, that I don't have to spend on, like Jean-Michel said, traveling or doing other things that we tend to do when we're not in lockdown, and we have to do when we're in lockdown. But it's also just having the headspace and having this clean sheet of empty sheet of paper and thinking, okay, task 1, task 2, task 3, and other small distractions, like, for example, being on the phone call to my mom, or making, I don't know, a cup of tea or coffee, whatever it is that you get typically distracted by, they don't even fall into that, because it's just easier to cross them off my list, because there's this really massive empty sheet of paper that is like, it's really easy to kind of set things out for yourself.
You actually bring up something really important about headspace, and that is people in the past may have said, I don't have enough time to do the things I want to do. But what you'll actually find now is some people will say, I wish there was more time in the day. I'm running out of things. Like, I'm running out of time to do the things I want.
That's really the case for me.
And I would say in those cases, not all, it goes to show you that the mind and your subconscious is fully capable of filling hours. Now, whether those are productive hours or not is irrelevant. The point is, those hours will get filled. And so it just goes back to that whole opportunity. Fill those hours intentionally, because now more than ever, it's much, much easier to have full control and ownership of that time and not get distracted or perhaps misled by the demands of others.
Absolutely. And just building on that, there's something that I've experienced that I think is really important to put out for other people, as that might be a very relatable thing, as I can imagine. Because I've been able to separate the distractions and the things that I need to do and get down to the stuff that I need to do in that way successfully, I think that will prepare me for the life post-lockdown, when those distractions will come flooding back into my life, but I'll be able to plan and time manage a lot better, knowing exactly what I need to do, how much time it takes me to do, what my priorities are. Of course, I'm not going to have it fully figured out, but I'll be more prepared, and that's all that matters. I'll progress by that time when the lockdown lifting comes.
I'm smiling because I'm imagining you being like, you know that, what's that meme with that guy where negativity comes and he's like, nope. And then it's like depression, get out. And I can just imagine you being like, distraction, social engagement, call to mom. Nope, just live.
Utopian picture, but I'd like to think that that's going to be the case. I'd like to think that I'm an optimistic person. And yeah, another thing is just realizing how much time these distractions actually take out of your day. Because a lot of people, and that is a fact, that is just a pure fact, because these people are all around me, except for Jean-Michel, because he's bloody organized. Pointing this way, he's actually here, sorry. People don't realize that going on Instagram for this much longer, or having that cup of tea there, or watching that YouTube video, or going for a walk here, or doing that and that, you think it's 1 minute. It's not. It builds up to be half of your day. And then you say that you haven't been productive. No, you probably tried, but you chose distractions over the things that you actually needed to do. And those distractions took up the major chunk of your time. It's not that you have to stop doing the things that you like, things that help you just relax or, reset your mind. It's not. It's just realizing how much time they take, prioritizing them, and really thinking, do I need to do this right now? Because I'd rather complete this goal today, even if that is something equally as fun or cool. But it's just, if that's a goal and you'd rather do that than have an accumulated 5 or 6 distractions, then do that and then have one of those distractions afterwards. I don't know. That's how I see it.
Yeah, no. I love that. I love that framework, because there's nothing inherently wrong with binge watching Netflix. There's nothing inherently wrong with spending a day just relaxing, whatever that means to you. But what is potentially wrong is not doing that willfully. Be honest with your time, and if you say, I see I'm spending my time this way, and I'm comfortable with that, and this is what I want to do. But what I definitely don't like is when I fall into a trap of passively doing that, where it's like, oh, my day has passed and I don't know how, and I just wish I had more time. No. Like, if I'm gonna spend my time in front of television, if I'm gonna spend my time having fun, whatever that means, I want to know that this is a choice that I've made. It's not a consequence of forces outside of me directing the river of my life, if you will. And the same is true for being productive, is also saying, like, okay, today I've made the willful choice to tackle this thing. Whether I get it done or not is a different challenge, but at least I know where my intention is set. So wherever you decide to aim, just make sure that the decision was yours.
Exactly. And even if you don't achieve like some crazy or not so crazy goal that you've set yourself, it's okay, as long as you know that you were taking steps towards achieving it, or you were doing something that you are in control of. And that might sound crazy, but that's exactly what Jean-Michel was talking about. Active over passive. Don't let the surroundings control you. You control your life. You control what you're doing. whether that's helpful, not helpful, fun, not fun, work, relaxing, sports, anything else. Just as long as you're in control, that's the first step to having a better outlook and to having a better mentality on this quarantine, in my humble opinion.
Yo, and on that note, I have loved the proactive and very purposeful step of you and I having this conversation, you and I being disciplined about executing on what it takes to put this together.
Oh. iPhone storage full.
Wah wah. Y'all, so Susie just fell off the call, but that's okay. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to come back at you next week. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions for some material you want to cover, we definitely want to have this conversation, not only Susie and I, but we want to have this conversation with you. Put it in the comments below. We will link to some of our past content or interesting content that we've covered below as well. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe. See you later.